Welcome back. This is Lone Wolf, and we are playing Vintage Story. Today we're using version 1.20.12 on my single player world with my beautiful elk Tesco that happens to be an albino. Alright, so today what we're going to do, or in this video, we're going to look at how we collect rocks for doing something such as creating a quern. I've had a few questions on my quern making video. Seemed to be some confusion, and the most recent one makes me think that the viewer was perhaps using the wrong kind of rock. Now you say, well, how can you use the wrong kind of rock? Well, it's not difficult. First of all, let's take a look at the correct way to get rocks for using on something such as a quern. So we've relieved every block around this rock except the one below it. Okay, now let's look at this. And if you look at the description, it says peridotite rock, material stone. Okay, pretty straightforward. Well, there's another way to get a rock, and that would be using a hammer and a chisel. So I've got the hammer in the offhand and I've got the chisel in my normal hand, and all I'm going to do is with my mouse up and the chisel in hand, I'm going to right click on this rock. Now notice that the description has changed. It now says peridotite rock, chiseled block, insulating block face. And one that we haven't chiseled says peridotite rock, requires tier 2 copper to break. So this is now a chiseled rock. So let's go ahead and break it. Notice we didn't relieve all of the blocks surrounding it because we didn't have to, because we turned it into a chiseled rock. So again, looking at the description, it says peridotite rock, and this says peridotite rock. But the secondary portion says material stone, and this one says material stone, but it has one more piece of information: chiseled block. All right, so we're going to collect our other quarried rocks, and then we're going to collect 3 more chiseled rocks. So to get your quarried rock, you break every rock that is touching it, or even if it's dirt, you get rid of all the dirt that's touching it. Once nothing is touching this rock, it just falls to the ground. Now you see we have 4 peridotite rocks, material stone, and we have one that says peridotite material stone, but it also says chiseled block. So I'm going to gather 3 more of these. So all I did was right click with the chisel on this rock, and we get the whole block. Right click, use the pick, chisel, right click. So now we have 4 chiseled blocks and 4 non-chiseled blocks. All right, we're going back to base. All right, we're back at base. Let's grab 4 sticks, because it takes 2 sticks per quern to make a quern. And this video is not to teach you how to make a quern. I already have a video on that, but I've had some players that have had challenges making the quern. So the purpose of this video is to show you how to get the correct rock in the correct mat fashion in order to make a quern. So what have we got? Peridotite rock, material stone, and nothing else. Whereas this one says the same thing but says chiseled block. You can see that the way we have this configured in our crafting grid, we're able to make that. Now let's take the chiseled blocks, which are much easier to get, and you think, hey, it says peridotite rock, but it says chiseled block, and you can see there is no output from this. This is an invalid recipe, and what makes this invalid is that these rocks have been chiseled. You chisel the rock, you cannot make a quern out of it. There are certain things you can't make if the rock has been chiseled. This happens to be one of them. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this solves some questions about making quern, but mostly this is to teach you how you can get full rocks, but you need to be aware that there are two kind, and if it's chiseled, it disqualifies it for I don't know if there's any recipes you can use it in, but they're great for building with. They're quick and easy to get, but you cannot use it, for instance, to make a quern because it's been chiseled. Thank you so much for choosing to watch this video. I appreciate it. As always, please consider subscribing. Do click on that like button, and I'd love to hear your comments. Most of all, come watch my next video, won't you? Thank you so much, and goodbye.